Back out with the gang. So who we got today? We got Bob, John and Trav. So we've got 3 classic 350s, 2 are signals, and mine obviously the DIY Warhorse, and Trav's got his bullet. I'll be doing another video from today, probably coming home, and then I'll be doing another film again, because I'll be out with Trav, because he wants to ride the Hemi for a living, so I'll take his old swap bikes. I'll probably shove him back home, let him ride the Hemi, and I'll ride his bullet. It's always good to get a shot of a bullet again. But we're going to do a film today around the Chain Bridge, so we're actually going to go round all the stuff and have a right look at it, because John's not been before. He's got vintage tractors. Well, he's been, but years ago. But he'll enjoy having a look at everything. So as you can see, sky's clearing. Got some rain last night. So we're actually just going to head down the A1 for 4 or 5 miles, and then take the road to Duns to avoid the built-up puddles on the back roads. Soon dry up with this wee breeze today. So there'll be a load of films, as I say, today. Probably do a film going down, film at the Chain Bridge, and then film coming back. Why not? You will enjoy seeing the group rides. Getting some amount of comments in the films these days. A lot of folk, new folk, so hello and cheers for coming across. I didn't fill up before leaving, but I've only done 55 miles. So, got more than enough for our day out. Some type of roadworks going on the A1. Well, we got the slip road and we got onto the Whitebees. So at one time this would have been the A1. Over this bridge, Douglas Bridge. So there's a lovely old stone church down here with a stone roof, which I need to pop in and have a walk round. So we'll do a film in there. You'll like that. You can tell it's been a big road, eh? The width of it at one time. Douglas Dean. It's quite a drop down there. I love the sign here. This building is booby-trapped with risk of injury. Bet you the roofs are petrified. That's cool. There we go, avoided all the roadworks. So I think the days of the summer gloves are running out. certainly going to work early morning. Next week I'll be... No, week after. I'm on holiday now. Next again, I'm commuting anyway. I'll be back on with the thingy gloves, the warm, what are they called? I can't remember. Is that looks tomorrow? The battery ones. Probably not have the batteries in them for a few weeks yet though. Anyway. There's been some good comments on the Hemi. Interesting comments on the different screens. And you'll see in a film I drilled holes in the bottom of the screen. And it stops the buffeting. It's still quite... It's audible. The audio is okay, but it's not brilliant. But to be fair, I think with me doing films, I'm probably going to just run it with a very short screen. I can always put the big screen on if I'm going up north. It takes like a minute to swap 4 screws into the rubber grommets. So drilling it does work for turbulence. It stops you get that buffeting, but that's the filming, the audio. Sorry, if you're filming is struggling. So yeah. A comment I got, or a question, it was quite a good question, as somebody said, and they do get that Hemi or classic. Well, I like them both because I wouldn't get rid of one for the other. I've already worked out the Hemi is quite a different bike to ride to this, and it's different enough to make it a viable second bike, if you know what I mean. They're not too... If I'd bought a Bullet like Trav's, they've been very similar in what I could do on it. I can do everything on this, you can do on that, and vice versa. That has a higher top speed, but this probably has a better cruising speed because of the vibrations on that. So, horses for courses. But someone also asked if you could only ride now one bike for the rest of your riding days, only one bike, what would it be? And they said Hemi 450 or Classic, and I answered slightly different. I answered, well, J-Series Bullet. I would buy a J-Series Bullet and I'd put the cast wheels on it so I could have it tubeless, and I would just do everything on that I'd do on the Hemi, etc. Because that's what folk have been doing on Bullets for years, but I'd have the Bullet name for tradition as opposed to the Classic name. That's what I'd have. But I definitely wouldn't want a 450 Hemi anyway, with all that electronic gizmos going on. So if I was keeping it for years and years and years, I already know and would trust a Classic or a J-Series just to keep going. So cheap to run. Cheap on fuel, cheap on insurance, cheap on tyres, cheap on parts, all in. For the amount of fun it gives, and just satisfaction it gives. Yeah. Quite hilariously, somebody said I need to buy a better camera. Hence I said about that in the last video, and there'd be some funny responses. Well, I don't know anyone who's bought a DJI camera, one of the new Action 4 or 5s, and then went back to a GoPro. This camera, for example, has never froze. Never had to take the battery out and put it back in. It's never lost files, it's never dropped the files, it's never needed updated or anything since I got it. I've even checked for updates of late. The GoPros, if you've bought one, you might as well, if you can, keep using it, which is what I do in the garage and stuff. But yeah, you do get some odd questions from folk. Anyway, What else was I going to say? I am on holiday now, and we are going away. You'll see this once we're back, of course. I'm not one of these folk that go on holiday and live post. I'm 100 miles away from home. You know, please come and rob us. That's a really silly thing to do. Folk don't know you're going away till you're back. That's the way to do it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I actually am wearing my new boots, which I didn't think I'd be wearing them on the Classic. And I went and filled this up last week with these on. I thought, they're actually alright. They're lovely, lovely boots, the gear boots. As I say, I did have a pair years ago. The reason I'm just filming here is because we're all together. So often we're spread out. When we do go away, we'll be wherever we're going. I'm going to take the bike, an RV with G with a van. She's just coming home today. She's been away, that's what I was going to tell you. She's been up north doing some Monroes, and she's had her fat bike cycling round Lagging Wolf tracks. Haha. With Murphy dog running along. And she's done some videos, but the scenery in the Monroe films, amazing. So if you've watched her films before and you enjoyed them, go and check those ones. And if not, if you want to see some good Scottish scenery, go and check out her films. The channel is Glenda and the Pink War Rig. Pink War Rig, of course, is our pink fat bike. I've got a frame powder coated pink for her. But yeah, good films to go and see. They're not too long, our films. Easy going. She doesn't get half the views that she should do. She does a really good film. Right, I'll wait till we're onto the windies, getting down towards the border, okay? Classic Berwickshire roads winding round all the fields. So looking south on the horizon, I see the Cheviot summit, and it looks like it's raining up there. Wonder if we'll get the side of that shower. No bother, I've got my Toreg jeans on, which are waterproof, so that's fine. So I got up quite early this morning because I've been working on the railway all night, as you see in the wee video there. So awake quite a bit. Anyway, I was doing my usual Saturday morning on YouTube. Glenn Owen's got the wheels on the hardtail meteor he's made. He's done a great job of that. Glenn's channel's definitely worth a watch. And my weekly update of Bina on his Bullet 350. He's now got a mini mic, same as this. But it definitely seems to be this camera setup's brilliant, but not with screens, which I think is the same with any camera mic setup, really. And I think you're going to have a screen, you're going to have something that's so huge, it'd be absolutely horrible. And I watched Two Wheeled Willie last night live. Logged in and said hello, and he was talking about thinking about a Hemi, because I mentioned me having got one. See, that's what's great about YouTube, is everybody talks to each other, and you know, it's a real wee community of like-minded folk. Especially the non-egotistical type YouTubers. who I follow. There's a lot of them that they don't talk to anyone else. Just obsessed with ourselves. I think if you end up being monetized, like I got monetized when I bought this, just forget about trying to make money. And the money's a bonus. If you get paid at the end of the month some money, you put in your tank for your next films. And I think that's the secret to having a YouTube channel. Then you're not just putting stuff out for the sake of putting stuff out. Those channels tend to lack, they kind of lack an original thing about them. No, if you look at every channel, you watch it because it's got something that your channel doesn't have or you don't do. So everybody's got something different to offer. Be it the different area they ride. I certainly know I get a lot of comments about riding here, about the scenery. And the lack of cars. I jokingly always apologise for the lack of humans in the films. Don't get me wrong, East Lothian and down here Berwickshire has its busy places, especially at weekends and Sundays and stuff. But aye, it is quiet down here. Rural. People are different as well down here compared to back East Lothian, because it's not like people aren't in the rat race down here. It's more chilled out and open-minded and generally nicer. But yeah, Two-Wheel Willie live, that's hilarious. I'm sitting with his rings, puffing on his vape. I was like, I was pissing myself laughing, thinking, this guy's brilliant. He's a legend in his own, and as he says himself, his channel doesn't even have motorbikes riding, it's just in his garage. But that's what he offers, it's a unique channel that way, you know, it's great. I'm kind of done with all the channels that just review bikes all the time, and they're waxing lyricals about a bike they've only done, 50 miles on, and the bike's only done like 100 miles. It's as tight as anything. But yeah, that's what seems to sell, is films like channels like that. Anyway, do what you want to do and don't worry about what other folk think or say, or do your own thing. Back over the River Tweed, back into England. Someone fishing there. Beautiful. Spits of rain. Shouldn't come to anything though. We're also back to 30-mile-an-hour speed limits in villages. Brilliant. Nottingham's a lovely place, isn't it? So back down here, once the leaves drop, you get a better view at Nottingham Castle. So I can't talk about the comments I've had from my long last film, this 45 minutes, and talking about the green laning thing that we used to do in Scotland, because this is getting made before it's out. By the time you watch this, you'll have watched that film. and I just touch on the subject, which I imagine I'll get 100 responses about. But yeah, the bottom line is you're not insured, and there's a chance you get your bike taken off you by the police and crushed. So that kind of sums up attempting to ride green lanes in Scotland now. But there's other stuff you can do instead on your bike. Right, we're going to wrap this film up because we're now going to Chain Bridge, and that's another film. So, hope you've enjoyed this. It's cold though, well it's cooler, you can feel it cooler on the hands. I think this will be the last weekend day run out on summer gloves, definitely. Right, we'll head off, folks. Thanks again everyone who comments and all that, and we'll see you in the next one at the Chain Bridge, looking at a bit of tractor time. Okay, see yous, bye.